The correct answer to addressing severe bloating is not 14 days of antibiotic use. It's not the answer. Hi, my name is Phil. I'm with Silver Fern brand. So I acknowledge up front that bacterial overgrowth is a primary cause of severe bloating, and I acknowledge that antibiotics are the common response to that. That being said, antibiotics do not get to the root cause of why you had bacterial overgrowth in the first place. Because most people do not get to the root cause of what caused the bacterial overgrowth in the first place, they continue to have severe bloating and gas issues. And many people that have bacterial overgrowth have other issues that also cause severe bloating that is not addressed with antibiotics. All right, so what causes severe bloating? Everything. So stomach issues, small intestinal issues, and issues of the colon all cause severe bloating. Hormone imbalances cause bloating. Unhealthy stress responses cause bloating. Everything causes bloating. So let's just start with a few, and that'll help explain why it's a little bit more complex than just using antibiotics. Let's start in the stomach. So will lower than adequate amounts of stomach acid cause bacterial overgrowth? Yes. Will that cause severe bloating? Yes, it will, 100%. Will that also cause constipation and diarrhea? Yes. All right, so we'll lower than adequate amounts of stomach acid. By the way, I'm not saying hypochlorhydria, just lower than adequate amounts of stomach acid. Will that cause issues in the gallbladder and cause functional pancreatic insufficiency, which just means it's going to result in your pancreas producing fewer enzymes than you need, which would cause bloating, gas, and distension? Is that going to cause really bad bloating issues? Yes. Is that addressed by just using an antibiotic to get rid of bacterial overgrowth? And the answer is no. Well, unhealthy inflammatory responses of the stomach lining cause bad bloating? Yes. Is antibiotics for bacterial overgrowth going to address that? No. Will slow motility of the stomach cause really bad bloating? Yes. Will antibiotics address that? All right. Will candida overgrowth cause really bad bloating? Yes. Will slow motility of the small intestine cause bloating? Yes. Will leaky gut cause bloating? Yes. Will a microbial imbalance, not just a bacterial overgrowth, but a microbial imbalance of any kind cause bloating? Yes. Is antibiotic use going to address any of those effectively? No. Will unhealthy inflammatory responses of the colon cause bloating? Will constipation cause bloating? Is parasympathetic nervous system dysfunction a primary cause of stomach issues, small intestinal issues, and colon issues? Yes. Is that going to cause bloating? Yes. Are antibiotics, laxatives, and acid blockers going to address most of those issues at the root cause? It is not. I'm sorry, the answer is just no. Okay, so Silver Fern brand, we have two answers to severe bloating. One is the immediate Band-Aid response, okay? So the fast answer, if people want to be able to live kind of a normal life without having severe bloating, obviously the fast answer is if makes you bloat, don't eat it right now, okay? So there's the first fast answer. But let's say that during the correct protocol to address the underlying issues, you still want to eat a little bit and you don't want to be bloated. We have an answer for that because we understand that that's just reality. So the fast answer is bloat and gas relief, Band-Aid product. I'm saying it up front. Amazing Band-Aid product. It breaks down FODMAP. So when you eat high FODMAP foods, you can go look up what FODMAPs mean. That ranges from dairy all the way to Brussels sprouts and cereals and basically fructans, all the stuff in fruits and stuff like that would cause you to have severe bloating. This is going to break that down. The secret is to take the right amount of them, so 2 to 3 enzymes at the beginning, preferably right before the meal by about 15 minutes. You take the adequate amount of enzymes before the damn meal happens. You would never buy insurance after you wreck a car. You don't try and take enzymes after the disaster happens. Think of it that way. All right, so this works for most people extremely well. Some people have severe bloating because they have gallbladder issues, they can't absorb fat and stuff like that. That's the digestive enzymes. Can you pair the digestive enzymes with the bloat and gas relief enzymes? Yes. Is there major overlap between the two? Yes. What's the difference? This has specific enzymes just for FODMAPs that are not in this. And the reason they're not in this is because you should, if you have a healthy microbiome, break them down on your own. You should not need this long-term, and some people do need this long-term. So this was built for long-term use. This is for short-term use. All right. So when we look at what Silver Fern brand, when we build out a protocol, most people, roughly 80+% of people need to start with the pre-cleanup protocol. People that need this protocol to help with severe bloating would include people that have any form of stomach issue and or constipation problems. So you can this includes people with only stomach issues and people only with constipation problems. Once again, low stomach acid, whether you know it or not, just lower inadequate amounts of stomach acid will cause constipation and diarrhea. If a person has constipation and diarrhea, this is also for you. We would have most people start with the pre-cleanup protocol, then they would do the cleanup protocol, then they would do the build-up protocol. So they would do a pre-cleanup protocol, they would do a very aggressive cleanup protocol, and then they would rebuild the microbiome so they don't have issues long-term. That is the correct approach in our opinion. If you do not have any stomach issues and or constipation in any shape or form, please send us a message and say, hey, I need a protocol. DM, you just send us a direct message. Don't chat it. Send us a direct message and say, hey, I need a protocol, okay? All right, so for everybody else, just start with step one. Start with the Slow Motility Plus protocol. Why are we doing this? Because we want to start at the top and work down. Once again, stomach issues cause intestinal issues, and cleanups are never effective if the system is slow. The system being slow is going to cause everything from reflux, heartburn, indigestion, stomach issues, severe bloating, constipation, and all of the above. So we're gonna do that. Okay. The first protocol. So step one in this protocol is called the Slow Motility Plus protocol. It has two products. One is called Motility, and one is called Reflux. Motility is going to help with everything from bile flow. So the picornal artichoke leaf extract increases bile flow by up to 150%, which is a lot, by the way. You need bile flow for gastric emptying, motility of the stomach. For detoxification, you need adequate amounts of bile. That's why this is a pre-cleanup protocol. And 3, you need adequate amounts of bile to have regularity. If you do not have adequate amounts of bile, you're going to have constipation. Digestion in motility is how we help the parasympathetic nervous system, the gut-brain axis. We're helping with stress responses in the system, so it's going to significantly increase serotonin levels by up to 30%. It's going to significantly decrease cortisol levels by up to 42%. It's going to significantly increase gastrin levels in the stomach to help with digestion, 1, and 2, to help with stomach acid levels. It's going to help with DAO enzyme production in the small intestine, and it is going to help the lining of the stomach and the intestinal system. Obviously, this is going to help with constipation, diarrhea, constipation and diarrhea, and all your reflux, heartburn, stomach issues, okay? That's motility, not just for constipation, people. Reflux. Reflux contains one hero ingredient, and it's called Mucosal. Mucosal acts like a shield. It's going to shield the esophagus, stomach lining, and intestinal system. The first concept with reflux is to be able to restore a healthy esophagus and stomach lining to block against acid, right? But when it's basically building that shield on both, it's going to help restore a stomach lining, which is really important for healthy stomach acid secretion. But you also need adequate amounts of stomach acid. So we're not blocking, inhibiting, and restricting stomach acid, just so you know. That's the Slow Motility Plus protocol. If you pair these two together, if you have occasional issues, you take the mild dose over 60 days. Severe issues, you want to go over about 190 to 120 days. 90 days is average before a person goes to the second step. Before you go to the second step, make sure you've been regular for about 6 to 8 weeks, and then move to step 2. If you have H. pylori overgrowth and you have really, really bad stomach issues, like really unhealthy inflammatory responses of the stomach lining, I hope you know what I mean. You want to do the gastric rehab protocol, not the Slow Motility Plus protocol, because instead of Reflux, it'll have Reflux Pro with the gut guard. The gut guard in that is going to help significantly reduce H. pylori overgrowth. It's going to additionally provide help in the stomach and the intestinal system for motility. It just works better, okay? Severe issues, if you are on laxatives and acid blockers, you are going to stay on them for 6 to 8 weeks and then slowly ease off of them. Follow the protocol, follow it for the appropriate amount of time. Do step 1, let us prove that step 1 works, and then move to step 2, and then move to step 3. This process takes time, but is the correct and effective way to do it. If you need additional help, so let's say you're going from step 1, you've done your motility stuff, and you have hyperreactive immune issues. I think you know what I mean by that. Hyperreactive immune issues, that's all I'm allowed to say. Let's just go with that. Please send us a DM and ask what you do with step 2, okay? We're happy to help with that. But for right now, just do step 1. Let us prove that step 1 works. Let us help you through step 1. This is the correct approach to getting to food freedom and to address bloating. By the way, this process is how we address food intolerances and food sensitivities, which obviously is a cause of severe bloating. This is the correct way to go. I hope this helps. Bye.